Today's show is all about cheap and easy product photography. Hey there folks, welcome back to the Photo Video Show where we explore all things photography. I'm your host Mark Puckett. On today's show, I'm going to help you guys out. I know that there are a lot of younger, more inexperienced photographers that happen to watch this channel, so I wanted to kind of put together something that I knew that was going to help out the meagerest among us with the most of modestest of means. And I also know that there's a lot of folks out there that just don't have the time or the money to go out and try and hire a model to always do some things. So I figured I would try and set up a small little makeshift home studio where you could do some practice product photography right in your home. But this will also work for anybody serious about doing product photography in their home. You don't need a lot of expensive equipment. A lot of people trying to sell you $40 or $50 product photography tents. Essentially completely unnecessary. So if you guys are ready, let's check this stuff out. First of all, you're going to need a subject. This happens to be mine. Then what I did is I went on over to Hobby Lobby and I picked myself up some of this textured construction paper. This is how much it cost, a measly $2.19. And this is the kind that it is, in case anyone was wondering. Next, grab yourself a couple of cheap light stands. They don't have to be very expensive. They can be $10 ones from Amazon. I happen to have the Fancier WT803 light stands. They have been working perfectly for like 5 years. Next, grab you some of those super cheap Chinese shoot-through umbrellas. Next up, grab yourself a couple of these bulb holder sockets that have the built-in umbrella holders or whatever. They are super cheap. I'll put links to all that in the description below. And this is the kind of bulb you want. You want something that's very close to daylight balanced. These happen to be Lights of America, 53,000 Kelvin. Or you can get the kind of bulb holders that hold multiples. I just sort of jerry-rigged this one so that I could have two on the same stand. Pretty interesting concept, yeah? Now I know that the swirly gig light bulbs are kind of out of vogue right now, so if you decided you would rather use some LED lighting perhaps, that's totally fine by me. I actually just put my LED directly into one of the flash swivel brackets on a stand, and then I can still use my umbrella as intended. And as long as the LED light is bright enough, you will get very similar results. Now, if you don't want to use umbrellas, you can go on the serious cheap by just using some regular old baking parchment paper. You can pick this stuff up off Amazon if you don't have access to it, but you can find it in most grocery stores. But you can get a 75 square foot roll off of Amazon for literally like $7 or $8. I mean, it's almost nothing, and it would last you forever. So I use parchment paper all the time for tossing it on my LED lights and I use the barn doors to cover up the light and help diffuse it just a little bit more than it would with just the diffuser cards that you slide in from the side. I use simple old little clamps to hold it in place. Works out perfectly. And this is pretty much how I set it up. I just put the construction paper on the table and made sure that I didn't have any seam going up a wall, and I placed both of my continuous lights directly on each side facing toward the background. I then set up my camera and set my spot metering to center, and I took the exposure, making sure that my subject was not overexposed, but I increased the exposure compensation so that I would get a perfectly white background. And this is my result. So there you have it, and there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, thumbs up. That's the least you can do when you watch a video, especially all the way to the end. Thumbs up. Do that right now. And also, don't forget to share the video around the interwebs. It totally helps me out, and I do appreciate it every time you guys do, but I need more of you guys to hook a brother up, so to speak. So at any rate, thanks again for stopping right here at the Photo Video Show. I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and I will see you guys again on the next one.